What is up, everybody? Sam here, and I would like to wish you all a very happy Tag Wednesday. Okay, so for this week, I'm gonna do a tag that a good friend of mine, Rachel Stevenson, sent me called the music tag. It's a great little tag. I think it's gonna be lots of fun. Also, I'm recording in daylight. That's something. I usually record at like uncomfortably late hours of the night. All right, well, this tag is exactly 11 questions long, so why don't we go ahead and jump right in. Question number 1, yay! I am never doing that again. So the first question is, what is your favorite song? This is not a fair question. Let's see, let me see what songs I've been liking lately. I've been digging some German stuff lately, actually. Schau nicht mehr zurück, Lieder. Atemlos durch die Nacht. You forget you ever saw that. My favorite song changes just about every couple days. So yeah, question number 2. Who is your favorite artist? I don't know. So most of the time, and I'm sure most people experience this as well, I come across a song and I check out the artist who made the song, and it turns out that's the only song of theirs that I like. So let me see which artists I had the most music by. I like Ed Sheeran. I also like Michael Bublé, or as Dad and I call him, Michael Bubble or Michael Bubbly. I can't really say I have a favorite artist either. I just go by the song. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. Don't really care who it's by. Question number 3, what is your favorite instrument? I don't know. Okay, probably piano. That's a tough one. Question number 4, what is your favorite genre? Actually, there are very few genres that I don't like. We'll get to that in question 8 though. Yeah, I like almost all the genres. I listen to a lot of pop like most people. I also like hip hop and country and pretty much whatever. But I'm partial to more acoustic sounding things where an instrument is actually being played. Like, for example, back to Michael Bublé, I like the jazzy feel to his stuff. And now that I mention it, the top 10 songs, 10 most played songs on my iTunes account are all very acoustic sounding. Question number 5, do you play any instruments? If so, which ones? Well, I started off with piano. I don't know how old I was when I started, but I've studied it for a total of 8 years, I think, or so now. Unfortunately, that 8 years was kind of spread out. There were a couple breaks in there of a couple years each, which I don't think helped. And I'm not taking piano lessons now, so I don't practice much, which is pretty sad. Now though, I take oboe. It's a lot of fun, I'm enjoying it. I did take it for a little while in America, and then now I'm taking lessons again here. Also, I can play a couple chords on the guitar. Does that count? I don't think so. And then I've kind of taught myself bass guitar a little bit. But yeah, that's fun. Making music makes me happy. Question number 6, what is your least favorite instrument? This one's tough, but vuvuzela.
You have my sword.
And you have my bow.
And my axe.
And my vuvuzela.
Enough said. Question number 7, what musical artist would you most like to punch in the face? Now this one for me personally was a hard decision between Miley Cyrus and Justin Bieber, but eventually I decided that I had to go with Justin Bieber. Because you know, Miley Cyrus, at least she's on a mission. She is trying to be as absolutely perverted as possible and show us all that she's not a Disney princess anymore. And she's succeeding. So that's why I have to go with Justin Bieber over Miley Cyrus, because I don't even know anymore. So he's 19 years old right now, and he got busted for a DUI. And as you probably already know, the drinking age in America is a whole 21. So he gets busted for a DUI at age 19 because he was having a road race with a friend. He was in a Lamborghini, his friend was in a Ferrari. And I also heard reports that there was cocaine in his car. I don't know, maybe I'm just getting that mixed up with the house incident. Unfortunately, after all the trouble he's had up in his home in California, he moves to Atlanta, which is a whole lot closer to my hometown than I feel comfortable with. How has he not been deported yet? Oh, and by the way, do you know what he was actually stopped for when he got arrested for a DUI? Doing 60 in a 30 zone. In a Lamborghini! His great-grandma could have put him to shame with a smart car. He and his friend were driving 2 6-digit automobiles that they had rented. Both of these cars could have done 200 miles an hour without breaking a sweat. But what do they get busted for? 60 in a 30 zone. I can't even get over how lame this is. If you're gonna get yourself arrested and probably deported, why not do it in style? Why don't we move on? I'm getting too worked up about this stuff. Question number 8, what is your least favorite genre? My least favorite genre, and I hope no one gets mad at me about this, I hope I don't alienate any of my friends, I cannot stand metal. The farthest I ever go down the road towards metalness is Motley Crue. And even that is kind of almost a little pushing my limits. I'm just not too big on listening to people scream. I also don't really appreciate like this hardcore dubstep stuff either. I like electronic music, I like techno, I do like dubstep a little bit, but a lot of it just sounds like electronic metal. Or as Dad would call it, musical crack. Question number 9, have you been to any concerts? I have been to countless concerts. They were all orchestras, bands, etc. I love them, but I have not been to any rock or pop concerts. Hold up, before we do the last 2 questions, it's comment question of the week time, homies! So last time I asked you guys what your most hilarious life experience was involving an animal, and my favorite answer to this question comes from Haley, a bunch of symbols I can't read, W. Here's a story about my turtle. He was found in a gutter under our apartment. Maybe he's a little different from other kinds of turtles. He was a Brazil turtle, and every time when I get hungry, he always follows me around like a dog. Even when I go to the restroom or take a shower, he'll stay there and watch me. Those times he's not hungry, he'll go to the balcony and lay there stretching his paws out. He was my first pet. That is the most epic little turtle I've ever heard of. I want this turtle. So my question for this week is, what concerts have you guys been to? Which one of those concerts was your favorite? Also, if you just have like a band or a song that you want me to listen to that you think I'll like, put it in the description. I mean, put it in the comments. Don't put it in the description, you can't do that. Question number 10, who is your favorite classical composer? I love classical music, so I would have to say... Okay, I know. So you take all the composers who ever existed and put them all in a blender, and then you just gun that for a couple minutes, and then it wouldn't taste very good, but that would be my favorite classical composer. And the final question, if you wrote a song and it became a hit, what would it be called? Well, for me, it would be called the Derp Song. It already exists, but it needs to be... It's not derpy enough. Probably need to remake it. And with that being the final question, I think I'll go ahead and wrap this tag video up. If you enjoyed it, then... I can't find my back scratcher. This sword is the best thing I have. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your week. I am working on some other projects right now that I hope will be kind of funny. So I'll see you guys next time. Sam out.